take some time now to settle the body. Sit in a comfortable position, making sure that you feel steady and you're balanced. And make sure the spine is straight and head and neck are aligned with the spine. Hands are on your knees in a mudra of your choice. And take a long, deep inhalation. And when you exhale, release all of the events of the day. And again, another long, deep inhalation. This time when you exhale, release all of the conversations and interactions you've had today. Just let them all go. And then return to the natural breath. We're going to begin the class with a very short meditation. And this meditation will begin the theme of the class, which is focusing on opening Anahat, the heart chakra, the heart space. So this meditation will help you to connect with the energy of the Anahat chakra. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release any remaining tension in the body and in the mind. And gently bring the awareness to the heart space. And around the heart space, visualize a soft green light. The light is glowing and lighting up the heart space. And with each breath that you take, the light glows brighter. And as you inhale deeply, imagine this green light expanding outwards, filling your chest with warmth, openness, and love. And when you exhale very slowly. And as you do, feel yourself letting go of any tightness or resistance, allowing your heart to soften. And when you inhale again, taking another deep breath in, imagine this light spreading even further into your arms and your hands, and all the way to the tips of your fingers. And when you exhale, let the green light flow outwards, connecting you with the space around you, like gentle ripples spreading across still water. And then return to the natural breath, but placing the awareness still at the heart space. And take a moment now to silently set your Sankalpa, your intention for the class. Your intention may be to invite love or compassion or gratitude, or just to create space for yourself to connect with your heart. Whatever you're feeling right now, hold that intention at the heart space. And while visualizing at the heart space and holding your attention there for your Sankalpa, we'll now chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to begin our class. Breathing in. Om. Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. And now I'll chant to our traditions and to each other. Om Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinadvadhitamastu Ma Vedvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. And we'll move in now to our first asana. So clearing the space for our asana practice. We'll move on to the hands and the knees to begin with for Majariasana. But with this practice, because we are focusing on the heart space, what I would like you to do is to keep your focus on the heart space throughout this practice and feel how it expands with the asana. So beginning first with the hands directly below the shoulders and the knees directly below the hips and head in a neutral position. Inhale, raising the head up and pushing the abdomen towards the floor, stretching through the arms, and observe what's happening in the heart space in this posture. And exhale, bringing the head in between the arms and arching the back up towards the ceiling, stretching through the arms. Again, feeling the contraction in the heart space. Complete another 4 rounds of this practice, trying to coordinate the breath with the movement, aiming for that body, breath, mind connection. When you finish your 5th round, come back to the beginning posture with the head in the neutral position. And if you do need to take a little rest on the wrists, please feel free to do that and do some little wrist rotations. For our next practice, I'll demonstrate first. So we're still in the sort of tabletop posture, but what we will do is actually bring the hands along the floor, bringing the heart towards the floor and placing the forehead on the floor. And then coming back. We'll do this 3 times because it's a bit of a new posture, and try and hold the posture for a bit longer, particularly the last round. So inhale, and then when you exhale, bring the hands along the floor, forehead on the floor, pushing the heart towards the floor. Feeling that arch in the spine. And then coming back. And if you need a bit of a rest after this one, just come back into Shashankasana, the child posture, placing the buttocks near the heels, forehead on the floor, feeling the chest near the floor and the knees, allowing the body to ease into the position. When we've finished with Shashankasana, again, we'll do another practice on the hands and the knees. Which I might go. So this is threading the needle. I might just move this down a little. Okay. We'll begin with the right side. So I'll actually go this way so you can see a bit better. So what we'll do is, again, making sure your form is right, hands directly below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Then we're going to take the right hand and put it underneath. So you're sort of moving it. So the right shoulder goes onto the floor, keeping the hand in the same position, the left hand, feeling that stretch. And then come back to the center and then do the same with the left side. Bringing the left shoulder to the ground, palm facing up on the left arm, and feeling that stretch in the shoulder. We'll complete another 2 rounds on each side. Just observing what the body and the mind are doing. After your final round, come onto the front of the body. Place the arms out straight, forehead on the floor, and stretch through the body and relax into the floor. And just observe the effects of the practices so far. Our next practice will be Cobra. So making sure that either the toes are together or the heels are together for this, that helps to support the lower back. Bring the hands to shoulder height, palms flat on the floor. Inhale. Now, you need to actually keep your pelvis on the floor for this. You're just raising the top of the chest. So inhale, puts pressure on the hands, gazing up and holding and observing what's happening in the heart space. Exhale very gently and smoothly. Bring the top half of the body back to the floor, forehead to the floor. This is 1 round. Complete another 4 rounds, holding the final round. Making sure your elbows are close in beside the body. And then you'll find around when you're holding, it's fine to breathe in the practice, of course. And when you finish your final round, roll onto the back in Shavasana. You might need to, as a counter posture, bring the knees to the chest and just roll out the lower back, whatever you need for your back at this moment. And then come back into Shavasana. Observing what's happening in the body, particularly in the heart space. And now bring that right arm out beside the body and roll on the right side, but keeping the left shoulder on the floor. Inhale and then bring, so your palms facing up. So inhale and then bring the left hand over to touch the right hand. So the palms are together. And then inhale and bring the left hand to the floor, shoulder height on the left side, keeping the left shoulder in contact with the floor. Complete another 4 rounds of this practice and focus when you actually bring the left hand to the floor, the opening of the heart space. When you've completed your 5th round on this side, come back to center so that the legs are in the middle, but hands are still out towards shoulder height. And then roll onto the left side and complete the practice with the right hand to the left hand. So inhaling and bringing the right palm over to the left palm. Inhaling, opening the chest up where the back of the right hand hits the floor and the right shoulders in contact with the floor. 5 rounds in total. And visualizing the opening of the heart space. After your final round, come back to Shavasana. Again, observing. Now bring the feet flat on the floor in front of the buttocks and bring the soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to fall to the side. Bring the palms in front of the heart space and raise the palms above the head while the knees are falling towards the floor. Stretching up through the torso and into the hips. Inhale, bring the hands in front of the heart space and the knees together. Complete another 4 rounds in your own time and allowing the body to ease into the practice, opening the heart space a little more with each round. And after your final round, come back to Shavasana. We'll now come up standing, but take your time as you do that. And if you like, even allow the top half of the body to hang over the bottom half of the body for a little while. Knees are soft. And then very gently roll up to standing. And just feel very steady on your feet. So feet are about hip width apart. Arms are loose by the sides. Spine is straight. Head and neck are aligned. If you feel comfortable, close the eyes. Close the mouth and just breathe through the nostrils. And now cross the arms in front of the body, so the wrists in front of the body. And again, focusing on the heart space. Inhale and gently raise this, slowly and smoothly raise the arms above the head, still crossed at the wrists. The gaze is slightly up. Exhale and then open the arms up, palms towards the ceiling at shoulder height, opening up the chest, opening up the heart space. Exhale as you bring the palms again crossed above the head. And then exhale, bringing the wrists in front of the body again. Complete another 4 rounds. Trying to coordinate the breath with the movement. So it's inhaling for the first part and then exhaling as you open the chest. And then inhaling as you bring the wrists up across the body and then exhaling as you bring them down. And imagine the breath, keep the breath as close to the movement as close as your shadow is when you're out in the sun. Aiming for that body breath mind connection. And 5 rounds in total. And after your final round, come to a standing Shavasana once again. And observing what's happening for you in the heart space from the practice. Our final asana will be a balancing posture. So we'll do the one-legged prayer posture. So beginning with balancing on the left leg, find a point on the wall that's not moving so you can concentrate your gaze to help you to become steadier. And you'll bring the sole of the right foot onto the inside of the left leg. Now, it depends where you are at in your practice. It could mean if you're beginning, you just keep the front of the foot on the floor and just bring the rest of the sole to the inside of the left ankle, or you can bring it up as far as you can up on the inside of the left leg, but just not next to the knee. So you're not putting pressure on the knee. If you can bring it right up, that's fine. Then bring the hands together in front of the heart space. And then if you feel steady, raise the arms above the head, opening up the heart space, and hold the posture for your own duration. And we'll complete 3 rounds on each side. Focus yourself between each. Now, in your own time, when you've completed this practice, come back to standing Shavasana, just steady yourself, and then come down into a comfortable sitting position for Pranayama. Checking in with the posture, ensuring the spine's straight and you're comfortable in your sitting position and steady. Head and neck are aligned, shoulders are open and back and down but relaxed, keeping the heart space open, and the hands are on your knees in a mudra of your choice. And first, just observe the natural breath at the nostrils. Just observe how the natural spontaneous breath fills the abdomen with air and the chest with air. And then naturally, on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. And our pranayama practice for this class will be Nadi Shodanan. So for this, with the right hand, place the first and the middle finger at the eyebrow center. Cover the right nostril with the right thumb and inhale through the left nostril to the eyebrow center. Cover the left nostril with the ring finger and then uncover the right, exhaling gently from the right nostril. And then inhaling through the right, cover the right, uncover the left, exhaling from the left. So it's in through the left and out through the right, in through the right and out through the left. And inhaling directly to the eyebrow center. And we'll complete this practice for a few minutes. And now the next time that you exhale from the left nostril, release the hand and then visualize as you breathe through both nostrils to the eyebrow center. And now release the practice and then very gently and mindfully come down into Shavasana to prepare for Yoga Nidra. Making sure for Yoga Nidra that you have what you need. You may need some cushions underneath the knees to support the back, or some coverings if you're in a cool climate, just to make sure that you're comfortable so you don't need to move throughout the practice. And lying down on the back with the legs about hip width apart, all tension released from the legs so the feet flop to the sides. The hands are facing the sky and the arms are just a little bit away from the body. There's balance between the right and the left sides of the body. And just to check that the head and neck are aligned, you may like to tuck in your chin just a little. Take a long, deep inhalation. And when exhaling, release the body into the floor. And again, another long, deep inhalation. And this time, on the exhalation, release any remaining tension in the body, checking in with the face, releasing any tension behind the eyes or in the jaw, releasing all expression from the face. And feel the body's contact against the floor, beginning with the heels. Feel the heels against the floor. Feel the contact of the back of the legs and the buttocks against the floor. Feel the back of the hands and the arms and the shoulders as they press against the floor. Feel the back and the spine and the back of the neck in contact with the floor. And feel the back of the head against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact make one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware now of sounds. First, listening to sounds that are way off in the distance, not naming or identifying the sounds, just move your awareness from one sound to the next as you hear it. Moving the sound awareness a little closer now to sounds just outside the room where you are. And again, just moving the awareness from sound to sound. Now moving the awareness to the sounds inside the room where you are. And bringing the sound awareness even closer still to the sounds and the sensations in the body, beginning first with the heart, with the heartbeat. Feel the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now feel the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa, a positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body. So listen to my instructions. When I say the name of a body part, visualize that part, place your awareness at that part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin first with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And moving now to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And moving now to the back of the body with the heels, the back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. And moving now around to the face with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the ears, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the lips, the chin, the jaw, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Release the body rotation now, bringing the awareness back to the natural breath. And just observe now how the natural breath has become very subtle. And also observe the rise and fall of the navel in response to the natural breath. And we'll now add a visualization to the natural breath in the following way. When you inhale, Feel the cool air as it enters your nostrils and flows down into your chest, and visualize with each of these inhalations a wave of soft green light flowing into the heart chakra. And as you breathe in, you feel this green light expand, filling the heart space with warmth and openness. And on the exhalation, imagine the green light flowing out, radiating love, compassion, and gratitude into the space around you. Each breath connects you more deeply with your heart, creating a sense of trust, love, and inner peace that you then share with everyone around you on the exhalation. And if the mind wanders from the practice, use the breath just like an anchor and bring it right back. Release the breath visualization now, and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body is feeling colder and colder. The body feels as though standing barefoot on a cool marble floor, and you feel the cool spread up from your feet and up through the legs and into the entire body. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's standing on a cold marble floor, and the coolness spreads from the feet through the entire body. Release this feeling of coldness now and replace it instead with a feeling of heat. The body's feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels as though the warmth of sunlight is gently enveloping it, and the heat of the sun soothes the muscles and fills you with a comforting warmth. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, as though the sun is filling it with a comforting warmth. Release this feeling of warmth now and replace it instead with a feeling of heaviness. The body is feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels the pull of gravity as it pulls the body deeper into the floor. The body is feeling heavier and heavier as the pull of gravity pulls it deeper into the floor. And release this feeling of heaviness now, replacing it now instead with a feeling of lightness. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels weightless, as though it's floating on a soft breeze. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, as though it's weightless and floating on a soft breeze. Release this feeling of lightness now and release all of these sensations completely, allowing the body to come back to its normal state. Instead, now come to the space of the mind, space behind the closed eyes, and in this space, see, imagine, visualize, and create the following objects and images. You are standing at the base of a grand open temple, and it's made entirely of soft pink and green crystals, and they glow with a gentle, natural light. The air is warm and still, and carries a subtle fragrance of fresh roses and jasmine. The temple feels alive, as though it is breathing with you, resonating with the rhythm of your heartbeat. You step forward, barefoot, feeling the smooth, cool crystal floor beneath your feet. And each step brings you closer to the center of the temple, where a magnificent lotus flower is blooming. The petals of the lotus are vibrant shades of pink and green, and they seem to shimmer and pulse with a gentle energy. As you sit before the lotus, its light begins to grow brighter, surrounding your heart space with a warm, radiant glow. You feel your chest open and expand as if the light from the lotus is dissolving any barriers or walls around your heart. The lotus begins to release small droplets of golden nectar that flow towards you, entering your heart space with each inhalation. This nectar fills your heart with love, compassion, and trust, an endless reservoir of these qualities within you. As the light of the lotus bathes your entire body, you feel deeply connected to yourself and to the energy of the universe. You realize that this love and compassion has always been within you, ready to flow freely whenever you open your heart. And you sit there now, absorbing this light and trust, and knowing you can return to this space whenever you need. The lotus slowly closes and the glow softens, but the energy remains within you, within your heart space. And you bring it back with you now as you're back lying on the mat, and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And feel the breath in the body now, allowing it to deepen a little, observing the movement it creates in the body and how with an inhalation it moves the back against the floor. And check in with your body now, observing how you feel in the heart space. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Begin to remember the details of the room that you are in. Remember the color of the floor and your mat and your clothing. Remember the time of day and begin to hear the sounds around you, and remember the world that's attached to those sounds. Begin to make small movements with the fingers and the toes, allowing the body to gently externalize, but taking your time and being very gentle and kind to your body. And begin to move and stretch in a way that's right for you. You may like to raise the arms above the head for a full body stretch, or even bring the knees to the chest, allowing the back a little massage. I like to gently move the head from side to side, or even lay on the right side for a few moments. And when it's right for you again, taking your own time, keeping the eyes closed or downcast, gently come up into a comfortable sitting position. Being very gentle aiming to maintain the peaceful state you have created. And bringing the awareness now to the heart space, and we'll close as we began, visualizing a green light at the heart space and focusing on the light expanding throughout the body. We'll now chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude our practice. Breathing in for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om, Hari Om Tat Sat.